It's freezing in here. Gosh dang. I'm like too lazy to get socks though, so I'm just using sweatpants as socks. Perks of being 5 feet tall. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and today I decided to film my everyday makeup look just because it's been really super requested for me to film this for a very long time. So I thought I'd do that today. I don't do this on like an everyday basis. Some days I switch up some things, but this is generally what I go for. So if you guys are interested to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so I start off with a fresh face. There's no makeup on it at all. I just got out of the shower. And the first thing I do is just prep my skin and kind of moisturize it. Okay, so I just threw my hair up. It's just easier to do makeup that way. The first thing I'm going to do is use my moisturizer. This is the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Rescue. So I use this on a daily basis, and I just get it from Walmart. It's super cheap. It all goes on really smoothly. The next thing I'm going to do is put on some of this L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. I've been using this for the past month, and I really like it. I think it adds just kind of that inner glow to your face before I put on foundation. I think it kind of really illuminates the skin. If you're really oily, I don't suggest using this. But if you have a dry skin like me and you just want more of that dewy, glowy look, I would definitely recommend this. Sometimes I'll go in with the Professional primer around my nose and like right here where my pores are bigger. Okay, so moving on. The foundation I use is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, also from Walmart. I have been using this for so long, and I go in between like drugstore and high-end foundation. I always come back to this. I am just using my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. This is a brand new one. I'm so happy. My old one was gross. So what I do is I kind of just like pour it onto the back of my hand, and I just tap it on my fingers. And then I just tap it onto my face. And I know that totally looks like it's not going to match, but I promise you it will. And I kind of just pounce it into my skin and on my eyelid as well. I would say the most important part about foundation is just that you blend it down your neck, because if you don't, you get that really nasty foundation line that I see girls have all the time, and I'm just really confused on what they were thinking. And then after foundation, I'm going to apply my concealer, my under eye concealer. The one I use is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. I've also been using this a very, very long time. I switched in between this one and the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but I always go back to this one because I feel like it's lighter on my skin. Here's my thing with concealer. This is what I do. I do it like a triangle under my eye. Like so. And then I go down the center of my nose. It's just like where you want your face to look like brightened. That's where I put the concealer. That's like the best way I can explain it. And then I put a little bit in the middle of my forehead. Cupid's bow, chin. I take my beauty sponge again and I just use the pointy part. And I kind of just blend everything in. And now that concealer and foundation are on, I'm just going to set my under eye. So this is the powder I use to bake. It is called the Airspun Loose Face Powder. There's like powder in here, and I dump a little bit into the lid. Take my Real Techniques Beauty Blender and the pointed side again, I kind of pick up that powder on it. And then when I bake my face, I just stamp that powder yeah, I like kind of stamp it under my eye. And you look a little crazy. But this stuff will literally set your under eye, so like your makeup is not going anywhere. And that I leave on for like 15 to 20 minutes just while I finish up the rest of my makeup. To do my eyebrows, I just use the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade, and I use the shade Chocolate. And then I use a Sigma small angled E65 brush. I almost just whacked myself in the eye with that. So I kind of just draw this line underneath my brow. And then I start working on the tail end. So I work on this first because you want the outer part of your brow to be the darkest, because that's kind of how natural brows look. It's darker on the outside than the inside. And then I just use the remainder of the product on my brush, and I kind of just do the front pieces in short little strokes. And then I kind of carve out the top part. I know there's not like a huge difference, but I think that's just because I have naturally like pretty thick brows. Like there's absolutely nothing in this brow right here. And I just put a little bit of brow gel through them. This is the Maybelline Brow Drama Brow Sculpting Mascara in Soft Brown, just to kind of brush my brows and soften up that dip brow. It's a little harsh. So I use different palettes every day. Some of my favorites are the Tarte Lip Palette by Tarte, or the Jaclyn Hill palette. But today I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro Palette, just because this is one of my all-time favorites, and I've had this the longest, and I love it, and I still use it every day. Okay, so the first color I'm going to use is this shade called Taupe. It's just this taupey brown shade. And I'm going to use this little crease brush from the brand Motives Cosmetics, and I'm just going to dip into that color and tap off the excess. And then, so my crease, I have Asian eyelids, so I don't really have a crease. It's a very small little fold, but we pretend we have a crease and we just do makeup like that. So I kind of start with where, like, if I did have a crease, like where your eye goes in. Like, I know this is kind of gross, but you can like feel where your eye like goes in, like, okay, where it would go in. And I use this little crease brush, and I kind of just use little circular windshield wiper motions to kind of place that in my crease. And I always make sure to blend it out. And then I'm going to go in with a more defined crease brush. This one is the E25 from Sigma. I believe the numbers have all rubbed off, but it's a little bit flatter on the tip. I'm going to go in with the shade Sable right here. It's kind of a warmer brownie toned color. And I'm going to kind of put it in my outer corner. Start there, and then slowly drag it in a little bit. But this color I keep more concentrated on the outer half. And then I go back in with the crease brush I used at the beginning, and I kind of blend the two shades together. Anyways, then I'm going to take a little pencil brush from Sigma as well. It's the E30 little pencil brush. I'm going to take the shade Espresso, which is the second darkest shade, and just get a little bit. And then this I kind of smudge on my lash line. Last step for eyeshadow. I really don't do that much eyeshadow, I don't think, is this little E55 eye shading brush, also from Sigma. It's just flat. It's not like a crease brush. It's flat and dense. And I'm going to use the shade Cream, this, and I'm just going to highlight underneath the brow bone. And I kind of bring it down a little bit in the front just because my eyes are so hooded and mono-lidded that I need it to kind of be brighter on the inside and darker on the outside so my eye looks like it has dimension to it. I'm going to tightline my eyes. This is very optional. I know some people feel very uncomfortable with this step and they don't like things touching the inside of their eye. It's never really affected me. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Bourbon. It's a just dark brown. So it kind of just really intensifies the lash line. It kind of makes your lashes look bolder and thicker. And then I'm just gonna apply a little bit of mascara. This is the Maybelline Falsies mascara. Wow, it is like Maybelline Day. Okay. And I don't really apply that much just because I'm gonna put on fake lashes in like 0.2 seconds. The things I use for my eyelashes are Tweezerman tweezers and the Duo Dark Tone Glue. My favorite eyelashes are the Ardell Faux Mink Wispies. They're just very pretty and piecey and wispy, and they're really long. So if you're not into that, I recommend the Demi Wispies. Those are a little more natural looking. So what I do is I just put a very thin strip of glue on my eyelash. If people actually want a video on how I apply fake eyelashes, I will do that, but there's a million videos out there on it. So I don't know if anyone still wants it, but basically first thing I'm going to do is brush away this bakage. Today I'm just going to kind of lightly bronze my face. I'm not really going to contour. I'm going to use the Tarte Park Ave Princess Bronzer and this Sigma Large Angled Contour Brush that is really old and very dirty. But what I do is I start from my ear and I just drag it down. I focus more of the most of the product up here and then I bring it down a little bit. And you always want to blend upwards, not downwards with your bronzer, because then it'll start to look muddy if you blend it down. And then I'm going to kind of contour my forehead. Everything kind of meshes with each other. And the sides of my nose. I don't really contour my noses super lot. I just like to put some bronzer on there just so like... I'm just going to go in with highlight, and I use this very random brush that I found in my mom's makeup bag when I was like 16. still use it. My favorite highlight at the moment is by Fenty Beauty, and this is one of their like baby ones. It's this gold highlight, and I used to think that this was too dark for me, but now that it's summer, it works. And I'm just gonna highlight the places where the sun would naturally kind of hit. What you want to do, and I kind of bring it up just a little bit down the center of my nose. A lot of people don't like nose highlight, but I love it. Cupid's bow, chin, a little bit above my brows, and sometimes in person I always just grab my beauty blender and just kind of blend it in a little bit. Is that it? Oh no, I need to finish up my under eye. So what I do is take the shade Sable, which was the second color I used, and just run it under. Just run it under my lash line. I just think if you leave your lower lash line kind of empty, it just kind of looks like you didn't finish your makeup. Last step, a little bit of mascara for my lower lash line. So last step is lips, and then we're finally done. Recently I've just been using the lip gloss by Fenty Beauty. I think they only have one lip gloss, so on my lips. And that is pretty much all I do. Yeah, so if you guys liked it, please give this video a thumbs up, or if you guys have any video requests, just let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Wow, that was aggressive. Okay. Cream shade. Why am I trying to describe eyeshadow colors like this? So it's like an upside down triangle. Upside down triangle. It's a triangle no matter which way it's facing. I am nothing. I'm always down for pizza. When am I not down for pizza?